Good morning. I'm going to add to the book of Revelation real fast to see which plague I get. I have Revelation chapter 2 open here. I have Revelation chapter 22 open on my computer. I'll add to it digitally, but I'm going to do it in the physical Bible too, just to make sure. The reason is there's a really colorful curse in Revelation for adding to it. It says that for I testify unto every man that heareth the word. Oh, wait, let me read it from this book. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book, if any man shall add unto these things, God shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. So I'll be the man that adds to this book, the scroll of Revelation. And then I'll get to see which plagues God adds unto me. And it's plagues, so it's plural, so I'm going to get at least two. It's a pretty powerful thing, really, if you think about it. All I have to do is just write a few words and I can cause something to happen. Like almost make God do something. So that's actually kind of what I'm doing. By me adding words to this book, according to this magic spell, if any man add unto these things, God shall add unto him. So this is going to force God's hand. Me doing this will force God to do this. So let's make it happen. We'll get that back out again in a second. Verse 22, Revelation 22:22. And, Chris God Getty added unto these things to force God. No, that sounds a bit harsh. And Chris God Getty added unto these things to see which plagues he gets. There we go. Let's write it in here too. Oops. Take my glasses off. I can't see small print with my glasses on. Verse 22. And Chris God Getty added unto these things to see which plagues he gets. To see which he gets. Hopefully the thing focuses on it. Hopefully you can see that I have added to Revelation in a physical Bible. Revelation 22:18 says, For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, that's me, I'm a man, I just added unto these things. God shall add unto him, God is going to add to me the plagues, oh no, the plagues that are written in this book. And at that time, this book, when which says the book of Revelation, it's that book. See, it says the book of Revelation. So it's not that that prophecy doesn't refer to the 66 books that have been bundled together after it was written. That prophecy refers to the book of Revelation. So at this point, and this is the thing, it can't happen. This is why I made this video, by the way, to point this out, to point out this mistake in the Bible, an error. And of course, if I'm wrong, God help me, I'm going to get 2 plagues, at least, 2 or more plagues are going to be added unto me because I added to the things in this book. But they have to be plagues from Revelation, because Revelation is its own book. I mean, it says the book of Revelation, and it was signed as that. So it doesn't mean add to any part of the Bible, and then any plagues from the Bible are added unto me. When this line was written by the prophet that wrote it, it was written on just a scroll that was just Revelation. So I'm curious, those of you who would like to condemn me for adding to God's word, for activating the curse in Revelation, which plague, which ones, at least 2, go into the book of Revelation and find the plagues that are going to be added to me, an individual man. Not the plagues where 1/3 of the earth is going to be burnt with fire when the angel opens the vial. Not the plagues where that one river is going to run dry. Because those are the things that will happen in the future in the end times. What's going to happen to me personally? Which 2 plagues from Revelation will God dole out to me personally for adding to Revelation? And then, if you want, you could consider an additional possibility. Flawed men wrote this book. And they just wanted to make up some fancy, colorful curse. They could have just said, God will curse any man that messes with my book, and just left it at that. But no, they wanted to be all colorful. They put the language in there that God will add, if you add to the book, God will add to you the plagues that are in the book. But if you remove from the book, God will remove you from the tree of life or whatever. I don't remember. Oh, God will blot your name out from the tree of... Blah. If any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, God shall take away his part out of the book of life. So it's like a really colorful curse. Instead of just like, if you mess with God's book, God will mess with you, and just leave it there. He wanted to be all colorful. And he's like, because he's a human and he wants to glorify himself. So he's like, if you add to the book, God will add the plagues from the book to you. But if you take away from the book, God will take your part away from the tree of life or whatever. I forget again. Oh yeah, the book of life. That's how you know that it's written by man. There's like 2 ways you can know it's written by man. One is it can't happen or it didn't happen. Now, I know you might say, well, Chris, we're living in the end times. So you, for adding to God's word, you will be one of the people that get burnt when 1/3 of the people are burnt. When God pulls this little vial thing out to the angels and burns 1/3 of the earth with fire. Maybe. But this book's now been around for about 2,000 years. Lots of people have modified it in the past. They're already dead. Thomas Jefferson made his own Bible. He's dead. I'm sure at least one person, intentionally or unintentionally, added to Revelation way in the past. How will a plague that's going to happen in the future, how will that be a plague to the man that already died in the past that added to Revelation? That's one way you'll know. It takes logic and reason. The other way you can tell is it's all colorful, unnecessarily colorful. That's man's doings. God would have just said, if you mess with the book, I'll mess with you. Man's like, if you add the book, I'll add the plagues. But if you take away from the book, I'll take away. To make that some fancy parallel thing. But then that made it impossible. Because the writer has God taking the plagues that will happen in the future, has God also adding those plagues to the individual men who added to the Bible in the past, even though they're already dead and in their grave. Yeah, peace out.